it? It doesn't seem to be on any of these stations.
Keep looking.
Oh, you're going too slow. Let me take the wheel.
It's too fast. How could you even tell what's on?
I can tell.
There it is.
Back.
Too late. I'm in the 40s. Gotta go around the horn. Faster.
Just getting briefed on the latest project. Building the world's biggest...
Now that's W.bush.
I love seeing famous celebrities and politicians in animation because I think it gives such a clear window into what that time period was like. Like you're watching the Animaniacs, you're not going to see Obama, you're going to see Bill Clinton, and that's why this is special. This is why it's exciting, and I think you find it exciting too because you clicked on this video. But there was a certain allure and appeal to seeing politicians and famous people in cartoons, and I can't tell you why. Maybe it's because a lot of these are kids shows, maybe it's because we get to see what biting satire they have to say, and that's why in this video we will be we will be looking at famous presidents and their depictions in animation. By the way, yes, I am British, shut up, it's fine. The only main rule for this video is that there will be no animation which primarily features the person. I'm not talking about Little Bush, that's a real show, you should look it up. Or the Queen's Corgi with Donald Trump, or that god-awful show, My Cartoon President, whatever the fuck it was called. That is dreadful. We're only going to look at exclusively references, cameos, all that. Oh, and one more thing. This video goes wild. Like, there is some wild shit I've discovered, so watch till the end.
I like Ike, everybody likes Ike for president. Hang out the banner, beat the drum, we'll take Ike to Washington.
Alright, I don't think this one needs much explanation, and we won't be staying on it for long, but this is pretty iconic, and I hope all of you have seen this. This is the iconic 1952 We Like Ike advertisement, or commercial, sorry, British, for Dwight D. Eisenhower. Yeah, it's pretty famous. I also really like the little caricature of him. It's very good. And also, this was quite famously known, but Roy Disney himself was commissioned to make this advert. So, that's pretty interesting. Disney are Republicans. Sorry guys, sorry liberals. Has to be this way. I apologise. This advert was so iconic so quickly, in fact, that it basically had a direct copycat 8 years later. Let's have a look.
Kennedy, 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 Kennedy. Do you want to...
Okay, so I know I'm cheating a little bit here, but you can't tell me this is not the exact same vibe as the Eisenhower one. It is a lot less well-known, but it is still pretty iconic in its own right. John F. Kennedy, I'm sure you've heard of him, little-time president, nothing bad happened to him. Yeah, this advert... It's clearly still animated. There's clearly some inspiration, but you can see that we're moving away. By the way, don't worry, I know all you have ADHD. We're going to get to the cartoons in a second. This is a bit of a history lesson, alright? This is the start of it. So pay attention. Alright, let's get to the real meat and potatoes. Leave a comment down below. Would you have been John F. Kennedy or Richard Nixon in 1960? I'd love to hear your opinions.
The American family, to make American families a lot more like the Waltons and a lot less like the Simpsons.
Calm down, let's not let your heart...
Hey, we're just like the Waltons. We're playing for an end to the Depression, too.
You fucking...
So originally, I wasn't going to bother doing anything about adult animation and politicians because they sort of just go hand in hand. It's not that surprising. We all know it. You Google right now, Family Guy Obama, you'll find it, right? But I gotta give the original Simpsons and George H.W. Bush credit. I think this is where political satire and cartoons started. This is where it really became popular. This is when they became impactful.
For a second. The end. Good memoirs. Good, not great. Now, let's look at that old outboard. Soup that baby up, rattle a few windows down in Kennebunkport next May.
Yeah, the relationship was pretty legendary. I mean, I showed the clip of H.W. Bush himself referencing The Simpsons, and he was on the show multiple times. They loved H.W. Bush, and they even had a guest appearance of Gerald Ford.
Hi. Pleased to meet you. I just moved in. My name is Jerry Ford.
Former President Gerald Ford?
Put it there. I'm Homer Simpson. Say, Homer, do you like football? Do I ever? Do you like nachos? Yes, Mr. Ford. Well, why don't you come over and watch the game and we'll have nachos. And then some beer. Ooh.
Yeah, by the way, that's the last time you're going to see Gerald Ford in this video. He only did 2 years. There's nothing on Gerald Ford. I tried looking. There's nothing on...
There is no Soviet domination of Eastern Europe, and there never will be under a Ford administration.
I'm sorry, could I just follow? Did I understand you to say...
No Soviet domination of Eastern Europe, and there never will be under a Ford
administration.
Okay, I'm being a bit hypocritical here. Like, I know, like, I said no adult animation, and then we did The Simpsons, but I'm just putting South Park on here because I really like South Park. Here's George Bush. He looks pretty cool. If you're anything like me, you probably see George Bush in South Park and think, wow, this is going to be peak South Park. But did you even know that before George Bush became president in 2001, Bill Clinton was the president in South Park? Ah, maybe you didn't. Look, this is the Chin Pokemon episode. That's clearly meant to be Bill Clinton. Cool, isn't it? And don't forget my big friend Barack Hussein Obama and John McCain, 2 in 1. Aren't you a lucky bunch? What? You want interesting examples of US presidents? You don't just want adult animation? Alright, fine. I'll give you some more interesting ones. Fine.
I own a timber company? That's news to me. Need some wood?
Okay, Time Squads. The clip I showed at the start of the video. Yeah, this is the first real funny George Bush funny moment we're going to see on this list. But don't worry, there's quite a few to come. So, I've never watched Time Squad. Wow, surprise. I was born in the early 2000s, but, like, I never watched it. I'm pretty sure the only thing people know about this show is this episode. That is it. It was banned in 2002. Well, it never got to air until years later, because I think Cartoon Network got scared about them being mean to Bush, and also 9/11 being bad. Episode's kind of funny, actually. I watched a bit of it.
Competition with some ideas.
Twine? What happened to tax cuts for the rich? Subsidizing giant corporations?
Don't listen to him, George. I think you're onto something with this Twine thing.
You know it. Come on, I want to show you something.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this whole episode's really weird, because for a kid's show, it's just all about George Bush. It's not just a cameo. It's not just a reference. They show a picture of him. They name him. It is George Bush. It is not just, oh, the president from this cartoon in 2006 kind of looks like George Bush. It is just George Bush. And it's weirdly, really horrible to the guy. I can see where it was banned, and I think the creators are liberal wussies. Especially this fucking kid. He's like the Brian Griffin of this show, I swear. It's just Seth MacFarlane trying to shove his opinions on everyone.
What a ball of twine. They need to believe in their president. Don't you see? The American presidency is its own symbol of strength, power, and courage.
But, Twine?
And the best part is, this episode gives 2 presidents in one. It's not just George Bush Jr., you also get George Herbert Walker Bush. Look at him, he's going to come on screen any second now. There he is. 2 in 1. I wonder what the political affiliation of these people were. Anyway, like 8 out of 10, it was kind of funny watching it. Alright, that's fine. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I enjoyed the George Bush impression, okay?
No way, that's my house!
That's right, today, I'm at the home of none other than Mr. George Bush, the current president of the United States himself.
What's the meaning of all this?
I'm coming in.
If you've never seen this clip, feel fucking honored I have shown you it. It is the best clip of anime George Bush, and there is so much I want to say here. So I'm just going to break this whole thing down, okay? First of all, the impression is genuinely atrocious. It is atrocious, even for anime dub standards. This is terrible Bush.
No way, that's my house!
What in the actual...
Second, why is Bush like, that's my house? Bitch, you live at the White House. It's public information. Of course he knows where you live. Presuming this is filmed between 2001 and 2009. And then, like, the just casual, I'm coming in at the end. This clip is fucking amazing, and I'm not going to spend any more time on it because it's so good I can't even put it into words. By the way, if you thought that was bad, get ready for this. This is from the same anime. It's called Bucky, if anyone wants to watch it. This impression is awful. I know we're on Bush, but let me just derail for 2 seconds because it's the same anime.
He cut that glass tabletop in half, just as if he were using a diamond. Oh, damn.
What the fuck
yes,
is this piece
you
of
good.
shit?
Honestly, it has to be a joke. It has to be comical how bad that impression is. Nobody tried with that one. Nobody tried. Good anime. I've been watching it a bit. It's pretty good. Not amazing, but good. These impressions are not good. You know, Trump's in the manga, but Trump isn't in the show yet, so what a shame. I'm looking forward to that impression for Season 3. Okay, last honourable mention for Bush, alright? And a little bit of Obama again. I don't know why, guys. I don't know. These cartoons came out around the same time. The Boondocks. I gotta make it said. Now, Bush never appears in the Boondocks except for one still image, which surprised me a lot, because I thought he would appear a lot. But I did enjoy this clip of Uncle Ruckus.
They done fucked the country all to hell. Sure did. Nigga, just look at Iraq. President over there killing black folk.
Mm-hmm. They black.
I wish you tried to send me to Iraq. I tell that motherfucking Bush to kiss my black ass.
Now that's enough, that's enough. Time out, Negroes, time out. I can't sit here and let y'all badmouth my president. Did any of y'all niggas hear the president when he said Iraq was central to the global war on terror? Or did y'all miss it because he wasn't speaking in baboon? Instead of sitting around here chopping the Brillo off each other's heads, y'all should take your black asses to Iraq and help fight for our freedom.
Yeah, no comment on that clip. No comment. Hey, look, guys, it's Obama. It's Obama in the Boondocks. Yay! I love Obama in the Boondocks, and the impression is pretty good this time round.
Who have called and written letters about the safety of the first family. You'll be happy to know that Michelle, Sasha, Malia, myself, and Bo are all...
And our one last maybe George Bush. I would like to hear your opinions in the comments below. Does the Sonic X president remind you of George Bush? Is this George Bush? Let me know. Let me know what you think. Well, might as well continue doing Obama.
What do you mean by
that? Here's Obama in Batman. One of the billions of series they did. He looks good here.
I know I speak for all the people of Earth when I say that you are a real American hero.
Gee, thanks. And you are?
Here's another one from Phineas and Ferb. I know we're getting through these a bit quickly, but oh well. This is very similar to the last clip, with Obama on a screen talking in a diplomatic way. Have a look.
Well, what have you got to say for yourselves? You'll be happy to know that we've met all your demands, except for the pretzel thing. What? How dare you?
If there was any takeaway from this video as well, it would be to enjoy some of these impressions. They're all so different, but you can tell the ways they characterize them. It's good. Go back and compare the Bucky Obama, the Phineas and Ferb Obama, and the Batman Obama. Give me more watch time.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
You shut the fuck up!
These allegations are false.
I hope you die in a fire!
Indeed, I did have a relationship with Mr. Lewinsky that was not
You shut the fuck up!
Sir,
You shut the fuck up! You shut the fuck up! You shut the fuck up! I hope you die in a fire! Shut the fuck up!
and completely responsible.
I've got 2 Clinton clips today. Here's one from Iron Man. Very cool. He sounds pretty good here, actually. I like the impression a lot.
Own the satellite systems that control worldwide military systems and financial transactions. Isn't that right?
My company did design and build them, but they don't control what they do, any more than your telephone controls your conversations with Boris Yeltsin.
Point taken. Then you can assure me you did not have a hand in causing military panic around the globe, and that you're not the lone speculator profiting from the stock market crash?
Good clip, that one. Even featured Boris Yeltsin. Bet you didn't expect that name. I guarantee no one thought that name. Now, here's a Beavis and Butthead clip from, I think, the movie. I have never watched any Beavis and Butthead, but here's Bill Clinton. Shall we hear him speak a few words?
On behalf of your fellow Americans, I extend my deepest thanks.
I gotta admit, I really like the 90s depictions of Bill Clinton here. They sort of have this weird charm to them where they're trying to be so photorealistic. I feel like it's much more compared to Bush or Obama, which felt a bit more caricature-y, but you know what? Good all round. Thumbs up to Bill, thumbs up to Beavis and Butthead, and thumbs down to the time when that child tried burning down their house because they watched Beavis and Butthead. That's not cool. Boo!
They've nominated claims he's the new Thomas Jefferson. Well, let me tell you something. I knew Thomas Jefferson. He was a friend of mine. And Governor, you're no Thomas Jefferson.
Okay, Reagan I found the wildest shit. So basically, Reagan has very little on cartoons. I don't know why. Probably because it was before cartoon satire in animation or had presidents. Maybe it's because Reagan was so popular no one wanted to mock him. Maybe it's because animation was really shit in the 80s. But I found two amazing examples and I'm so excited to share them. So the first one is this. Okay, so if you're anything like me, you'd be like, what the fuck am I watching? But stay tuned, it gets even better. So basically, this is an anime, and the episode's from 1983, and it involves like a International Heroes Olympics or something, and they get the world leaders to be the judges. It's very good. I especially love the racist caricatures, which I'm going to show you now. Like, why is West Germany represented by this very scary looking man from the 40s? And the less we say about India's one, the better. I don't like India's champion here. My favourite part of the whole thing, though, is the fact that Margaret Thatcher's here as well. It's not just Ronald Reagan. So for a Brit like me, I can be proud to see Maggie Thatcher in anime form. Absolutely unreal.
我がイギリス代表ロビン・マスクはラフありテクニックありのオールラウンドヒーローです。勝利は鉄のごとく不動なり。
There is something so beautifully cursed about seeing Margaret Thatcher act like a cute Japanese girl, and I absolutely am all here for it.
Oh no! テキサスの荒馬の異名を取るテリーマンはすごいテクニックと根性の持ち主だ。今大会の優勝は間違いない。
You know, I would love to sit here and critique the Reagan impression, but I can't. It's Japanese. I love the fact he has a cowboy hat on. Who cares? This is my favourite entry on this whole video. I was dying to get to this bit. This is amazing. Imagine being a 1983 Japanese child watching this. You'd be shook out of your mind. By the way, I am 99% sure that's meant to be Pierre Elliott Trudeau as well. So, like, we have got all the famous political leaders here. This is a killer of an episode. A big watch. Episode 9 of Kinney, whatever the hell it was called. Absolutely unreal anime. Yeah, anime Reagan is unbeatable. Yeah, we're on Spider-Man. Jesus Christ, more superheroes. Yeah, superheroes seem to have more presidents than your average cartoon. I guess that makes sense. This one is funny as hell though. This might be better than anime Reagan, and I'm not kidding. So the episode in question is from season 1, episode 2, so right at the start of the animated series from 1981. And I just want to read you a little snippet from the Marvel database website. So allow me to, please. President of the United States, Dr. Doom briefly abducted him and placed a mind control device on his neck. Later, against his free will, he voted for Dr. Doom to be the master of the entire world, along with every other world leader, and all of the United Nations representatives. Spider-fucking Man appeared and forced Dr. Doom to retreat after turning his robots against him. and apparently something to do with the White House as well. This sounds like a brilliant idea for an episode. We need more of this in modern animation. I know what you're thinking, well, let's see the Reagan. Well, here he is, guys. Ronald Reagan. I bet you can recognize him.
Nations tonight. See that the Secretary of State gets a copy.
Yeah, I'm not kidding. I wouldn't even put this on the video, but the official fandom website, which I just read that synopsis for, says it's Ronald Reagan, so fuck it. It's Ronald Reagan. I also put this on because of my favorite line in this episode. Take a listen.
Contact the White House.
Whatever went wrong, the answer must be in Jersey City. Maybe Spidey can find the president, even though I didn't vote for him.
This episode officially confirms that Spider-Man is a registered voter and that he voted for Jimmy Carter in the 1980 election, which also indicates that Spider-Man is a Democrat. I'm not even making this shit up, man. He didn't vote for Reagan. He voted for Jimmy Carter. He's a Democrat. Spider-Man is officially one of the 2.7 million people who voted for Jimmy Carter in the state of New York in 1980, even though he lost. Jimmy Carter lost in New York. Reagan won. What is this? And thus, the video is over. If you liked it, please leave a like and a comment. This is a very small channel. I'd really appreciate it. And if there's enough traction, I'd love to make a part 2. I've barely scratched the surface of all the politicians I've seen in animation. I haven't even done the one from Britain, apart from Thatcher, a little bit. And there's so many other people, like Al Gore, I could talk about from South Park and shit like that. And there's so many presidents. There's so much. But this video is too long already, so there we go. But thank you for watching. Have a good evening. Day, afternoon, night, I don't care. Have a good one.